Hello everyone, welcome back to Really Good Crochet. My name's Ali and today we're going to be looking at different ways to make a granny square. Now, in the previous granny square lesson, we looked at how to make a granny square when it's front facing. Today we're looking at making a granny square where you're turning at the end of each round and at making a solid granny square. I have some DK yarn from my stash. I have a 4mm crochet hook and I have a little pair of scissors. Now we like to take our time around here, so make sure that you've got your favourite brew. Curl up, get comfortable, and then we can dive right in. Now, if you find that you need to slow me down still further as we go, you can do that via the settings using the little cog wheel, which if you're watching from your mobile phone is up here. If you're watching from your laptop is down there. Now I'm going to make a chain 5 loop and I need to pop a slip knot onto my hook. So I take my cut end of yarn, I wrap that over my finger twice. I've got the front loop and the back loop. I take the back loop and pull that over the front loop. Then I take the front loop and pull that all the way over my finger. And I can pop my hook into the loop that's made and tighten down, but not so tight that the hook can't move freely. Now, we're going to make chain 5 loops, so let's start by making those 5 chains. Yarn over the hook, grab the yarn, pull through for 1, yarn over the hook, pull through for 2, and 3, 4, and 5. So you can see this. I'm just gonna, that's it. Now you can get right up and see what I'm doing. Now we're going to slip stitch through that bottom chain. So we're going to take our hook, we're going to slide that in through the bottom chain, grab the working yarn, pull it through, all the way through, and you have your loop. And then when you pull it apart, you can see the ring that you're going to be working your stitches into nice and clearly there. Now to make the centre of your square, you need 4 granny shells separated by 4 chain 2s. A granny shell is made up of 3 double crochets. And you're going to start by making a chain of 3, and that counts as your first double crochet. Once you've got your chain 3, you need to make 2 more double crochet so that you've got your first shell made. So grab your yarn over your hook and then pop that into the ring, into the very centre there. Grab the working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and do that again. yarn over into the ring, pull up a loop, set, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now you have your first granny shell. You're going to chain 2. That's for your corner. Now you can see your ring has been pulled open so you can see it nice and clearly. You're going to make another shell now, so yarn over. And you make 3 more double crochets. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Once you've got your 3 double crochets made, chain 2 for the corner. So now you need another shell, so 3 more double crochets into that ring. 1, 2, and 3. Once you've got that third shell made, you can make another chain 2 for the corner. Now you just have 1 more shell to make. One, two, and 3. And then once you've made that 4th shell, chain 2, 1, 2, and then you need to slip stitch into your the top of your starting chain. So right there, right at the top. You don't have to do anything particularly fancy. Just slide it into the top there. Grab the working yarn all the way, pull it all the way through, and there you go. And you can pull that closed at the back there so that your center is closed up. And you have the center of your granny square made. And to continue, you chain 3 1, 2 and 3, and then turn. Ooh. Keeping the yarn on the hook is generally considered to be a good idea. Now, you're going straight into your corner here, and your corner is always 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. You have the first double crochet made, that's your chain 3 there, so you need 2 more double crochet before you then chain 2 and then make another 3 double crochet. So yarn over the hook, 1, oh, and 2, then chain 2, scooch that down so that's nice and close to that chain 3, and then 3 more double crochet, 1, 2 and 3. Now, when you are turning at the end of each round, you do not make a chain between after each corner or between each shell. There's no chaining. The reason for that is that you're turning at the end of each round. When you're making a front facing granny square, you chain between each shell and after each corner in order to keep your square square. You don't need to do that when you're turning at the end of each round, because you're turning at the end of each round. The turning at the end of each round is enough to keep the square square. Don't ask me how it works, it just works. It's one of those crochet things. It just works out like that. Okay, so now you're going directly into the next corner without doing any chaining. So you've made your corner and you're going directly into the next corner, which is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, excuse me, dog hairs are an optional extra around here. And the dog has been leaping around a lot today. I do love my fluff ball, but I don't like her fluff in my yarn. So remember, there is no chain there. You don't do any chaining when you're turning at the end of each round. So once you've got your corner made, You go straight into your next corner and make a new corner. 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Once that corner is made, you make your next corner or your last corner. Don't worry if the center is pulling back out. Again, it will do whilst you're making your corners on your second round. You may decide that you like to have the center slightly open, and a lot of people do. Some people like their centers to be closed up tight. It's entirely up to you. There is no one way of having your centers. It's entirely up to you. It's a personal style or a personal thing. For me, it depends upon what it is that I'm doing. Sometimes I will have the motif and the center will be closed right up tight. Sometimes I will have the motif and I will have it slightly open like this, because it just feels better to have it slightly open and slightly more airy like that. It just depends. But there is no right or wrong way. You do not have to, when you're following the pattern of somebody else's motif, if they close it up tight but you'd rather have it slightly open, have it slightly open. It's entirely up to you. So let's get that last corner made. And then once you've got your 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet made, you're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that you've made there. And then once you've slip stitched into the top of that chain 3 and then turn. I'm just gonna, there, you can see how that starts to build now as we go. Now you're going to start to make your sides as well as your corners. So you're going to make your first side along here with your granny shell. You've got your first double crochet, which is your chain 3 here, so you need 2 more. So straight into this space here, you're going to treat it as if it were a chain 1 space. So 2 more double crochet straight in here. Then straight into the corner here, you're going to make a new corner and that's 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. You're probably going to get sick of hearing me say that, I'm sure that you are. But while you're learning, it doesn't hurt. Chain 2, scooch that over, and 3 more double crochet. Now you're going to make your side. So right here in this space here, you're going to make your granny shell, which is 3 double crochet. What you can hear is my fluff ball, who feels like I'm ignoring her. We had a little tete-a-tete earlier when I was trying to film earlier. So excuse me while I resort to bribery and corruption. And what you can hear now is bribery and corruption. Okay, so into this corner here, once you've made your side, another corner, which is always 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. She has a very low tolerance threshold for me talking to other people at the moment. There's a good girl. That's it. Now you're going to make your side along here, so you put your granny shell here in this space. So 1, 2, and 3. And then once you've got your side made, you're making your next corner. That's it. Scooch that round. And then you're around to making your next side. So you put your granny shell here in this space here. 1, 2, 3. And then you've got your last corner right here. Three double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet. Now what you need to do is just slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, beginning chain 3 that you made there. Now slip stitch up into the top of the chain 3, then chain 3 and turn. We'll do one more side together, one more round together, sorry. You're going to start by putting in your first shell here before going into your first corner. So you've got your first double crochet because you've got your chain 3, so you need 2 more double crochet into this space right here. So 1 and 2. And once you've made your shell here, you're going into your corner, and as always your corner is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Now you're going to be building your side along here, and you're going to be making 2 shells here in this space and then here in this space. So you'll put your first shell here, which is as always 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, and then a shell here in this space. And then you're into your corner. And as always, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Don't worry, because once we get into the solid granny square, there'll be a little switch up coming. So you're going to build your side along here, so you're going to put your shell here and your shell here before making your corner here. So your shell here, and here, and then make your corner. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Now let's make this side. So the shell here, and here, and then your corners. Oh, hang on just a moment there. That's it. Now once you've got that corner completed, you need to complete this side. You've already got one shell in that space there. You just need to put in this shell, the shell in this space here in order to complete the side. And then once you've done that, you slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, and on this occasion there. Now if you were to grow this any bigger, you would then chain 3 and turn you would start by making your shell here, and you would be making 3 shells into your side. So here, here and here, with your corners as usual, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So that's how to make a granny square, where you're turning at the end of each round. So now that we've done that, we're going to now move into how to make a solid granny square. We're going to start as usual with a chain 5 loop, pop a slip stitch onto our hooks, make a chain of 5, slip stitch into the chain at the bottom, grab the working yarn, pull through, and then we can work into the ring. Now this time we're going to start with a chain of 4. That chain 4 counts as your last double crochet and your corner. Now, similarly to the front facing granny square that we did in the previous granny square lesson. This is because we want to keep our solid granny square nice and seamless. So into the middle ring, into the middle of the ring, once again we'll make you need to start with 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 more double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 3 more double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 2. Now your last double crochet is already made, so to complete the granny shell for the last one you only need 2 more double crochet. So 1, and 2. Now you're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the bottom, sorry. So 1, 2 and 3. You need to slip stitch gently. You will be working into that stitch when you come back around from the next round. So slip stitch gently, then slip stitch again into the chain space. Pull that in. Now, one of the big differences with a solid granny square is that in the corners you only make 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So we are going to start with a chain of 4 once again. This will again count as your last double crochet and your chain 2 space, and then you will go work 2 more double crochet straight back into that chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 more double crochet straight back into that space. 1 and 2. Now, once you've got your 2 double crochet made into that corner there, you're now going to make 1 double crochet on top of each of the 3 double crochet along here. You might want to scooch those 2 double crochet back there so that you can see the top of that first double crochet. So yarn over the hook into the top of the stitch there, grab the yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you're going to do that 2 more times. And then once you've made 1 double crochet on the top of each of those 3 double crochet there, you're going to be into your corner, and your corner is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So let's make those first 2 double crochet first, and then we're just going to stop and count first. So that's 2 double crochet. Now before we complete that corner, let's just take a moment. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochet along there. Now chain 2, scooch those round, and 2 double crochet. Now once again you're going to make one double crochet on top of each of those 3 double crochet there. If you need to scooch those over a little bit so that you can see the top of that first stitch, and do so. So one double crochet on top of that first one there, and on top of that one, and then that one, and then you're into your new corner, and your new corner is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And then again 1 double crochet on top of each of those 3 double crochet there, and then your corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, two double crochet. Now you're going to make 1 double crochet on top of each of these 3 double crochet, and if you've made your slip stitch on the top here nice and gently, then you'll be okay when you come to this one there. Two and 3. Now your last double crochet is already made, so you have just 1 more double crochet to make into the corner there. Slip stitch into the 3rd chain up from the bottom. It's 1, 2 and 3. Nice and gently slip stitch into the chain space, and then you're ready to make your next round. So we'll do 1 more round together, but you'll now have a total of 28 double crochet. Let's just count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Oh, you can tell my dog has been leaping around this afternoon. Okay, so one more round together, chain 4 for your last double crochet and your corner space. Into that same corner, 2 more double crochet. And then 1 double crochet into each of these 7 double crochet. And then 2, and then you're into your new corner, which is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Now just before we complete the corner, you should have 11 double crochet along the side here now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Excellent. And that means at the end of the round you should have in total 44 double crochet. Once you've completed that corner, once again you want to put 1 double crochet on top of each of these double crochet along the side here. And into this corner here, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. 1 double crochet on top of each of the next 7 double crochet, and then your corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Make your double crochets on top of each of the double crochets along here. You've got your last double crochet already made, so you've just got 1 more double crochet to make into the space there. Then slip stitch into the 3rd chain up from the bottom, slip stitch into the chain space, and you're ready to continue if you want to make a larger square. There we go. Now, the next lesson will be about extending your stitches, your extended single crochet, extended half double crochet, and extended double crochet. And I will be doing, then after that will be an introduction to the basic circle to square technique for motifs. So I'm basically taking you through everything step by step, all of the basic techniques that you need for everything that you will be doing in crochet. So all of that is to come. There are other crochet and stitch tutorials coming up soon as well. In the meantime, I hope that you are looking forward to the Christmas season, and I hope you are looking forward to spending time with the people that you love most in the world. In the meantime, have a lovely week, lovely people, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.